The Supreme Court has reserved its verdict on Amazon's appeal against the Delhi High Court order which had allowed the Rs 27,513 crores Future Retail-Reliance Group deal to proceed. The two-judge bench of Justice R.F. Nariman and Justice B.R. Gavai will deliver the verdict before the 12th of August, as Justice Nariman is slated to demit office that day. As both parties have finished their respective arguments, they have been asked to file written submissions within a day. Though the top court had stayed the final amalgamation till its final order, it had allowed NCLT's proceedings to continue. The court verdict will decide if an emergency arbitrator's order passed in a foreign arbitration is recognized and enforceable under Indian law. While Future Retail has maintained that the Code of Civil Procedure governs execution of an arbitral award, Amazon claims that the issue falls under the ambit of the Arbitration Act. Amazon's appeal has claimed that Future Retail's proposed deal with the Reliance Group is in fundamental violation of the core understanding of Amazon's investments in the Future Group. Amazon submitted that they had invested Rs 1,431 crores with Future coupons in 2019 with the understanding that Future Retail will not transfer or sell its retail assets to restricted persons, which included the Reliance Group, without Amazon's consent, accusing the Bayanis of rank dishonesty and commercial immorality for willfully flouting the emergency arbitrator's order despite being bound by the arbitration agreement. Amazon had maintained that the arbitral order to stall the Future Reliance Group deal is legal and valid under Indian law. Amazon had cited various past judgments of the Indian Supreme Court as well as reports of the Law Commission which supported the concept of an emergency arbitrator. The e-commerce giant questioned why Future Coupons, which was kept as a signatory to the agreement with Amazon, kept on terming the emergency arbitrator's order itself as a nullity when it had an option to file an appeal. Pointing out that the emergency arbitrator had held their investment with the Future Group as legal, Amazon's counsels argued that Future Retail retained management control of the retail business and Amazon only had protective rights which was legally permissible. Future Retail had opposed Amazon's plea on the ground that Indian FDI norms ban foreign players in multi-brand retail. Citing many past verdicts, Future Retail had maintained that the emergency arbitrator cannot be equated with an arbitral tribunal even under the Singapore International Arbitration Centre rules, claiming that the emergency arbitrator's order cannot be equated with a judicial order and hence does not have any binding powers. On the 25th of October 2020, a Singapore-based emergency arbitrator had halted the Future Retail-Reliance Group deal, which led to multiple litigation across various courts in India. It remains to be seen that the curtains to this dispute, which will be brought by the top court verdict, in which direction will the wind flow, whether it is going to favor the deal between Future Retail and the Reliance Group, or it's going to favor Amazon's bid to block the same deal. Whatever the verdict is going to be, of course, there is a huge likelihood that review petitions may be filed in this regard.